Hello, everyone. My name is Ronald Denisio, and I'm the Virtual Content Specialist for 7th grade Social Studies. I wanted to take the time to talk about how to adapt project-based learning for the virtual classroom. For the purpose of this video, I will refer to this lesson here, Unit 1, Day 4 to 6, the Indigenous Cultures of North America case study, but the strategies discussed can be used for lots of different lessons and project-based learning in our curriculum. One of the challenges in remote learning is thinking about how to implement activities from the Passport to Social Studies curriculum that are student-centered. In the physical classroom, it is a lot easier to set up learning partnerships and have students work together on a shared document or a shared text set. In the virtual setting, I sometimes find it difficult to create space for every voice to be heard, but I have been finding that I can engage more students in an activity if I ask them to work together in breakout rooms. Asking students to work collaboratively also allows students to use each other as resources and work together when analyzing challenging sources. Utilizing this synchronous strategy is beneficial when asking students to participate in project-based learning. One of the strategies I have tried recently is asking students to choose their partners to work in breakout rooms. My school uses Zoom, and we are able to preset the breakout rooms in the settings section of Zoom. So rooms are automatically set up when your classes enter your Zoom session. I asked students to complete this Google form, which allowed me to generate student groups based on who students wanted to work with. One of the things I noticed is that it is hard to build student relationships in the virtual classroom, so providing students with agency and choice to choose their own groups has been beneficial here. In this lesson, students will research characteristics of specific indigenous tribes to understand the complexity of Native American cultures prior to European contact. This lesson also has several guidance for instruction teacher-facing slides that are extremely helpful when implementing this lesson. I wanted to highlight a few of the guidance for instruction slides that I think would be beneficial to look at. Slide 9 talks about how the case study can be completed in small groups virtually using synchronous and asynchronous tasks that are here in this slide deck. If necessary or preferred, the following slides can be updated to provide students with the instructions to research each aspect of the case study independently, provided that more time is given to complete the task. Slide 10 gives information for the group work option, taking student choice into account, assigning students into small groups, each assigned one of the following North American indigenous cultures to research. Each individual student in those groups should also be assigned a topic that will be responsible for researching, including politics, social structure, religion, culture, and economy. Students will then work together during synchronous time to research and complete the historical background section of their Indigenous Cultures of North America research template. And then asynchronously, students will research their assigned component. For this project, I had students upload their work on Padlet. Students then had an opportunity to participate in a virtual gallery walk where they took notes on the graphic organizer here. I also had students provide each other with peer feedback and gave student groups an opportunity to revise their work based on the feedback they received from their peers. Padlet is a great place to showcase student work products. I really like it because I feel like it is one of the apps that I'll continue using even after remote learning. It is aesthetically pleasing, and I think it's a good way to showcase work and can act as an extension of your classroom's bulletin. Here is an example. Padlet is also cool because it has features that our students are familiar with in their own virtual spaces. Things like likes, reactions, and upvotes, and you have the opportunity to play around with various settings which are neat. And you can find these various settings right here on the top right. Click the settings. On the right-hand side, you'll see some of the different aspects of Padlet that you can use to create your own unique student workspace. So you can see here, you can turn the comments on or off. You can play around with different fonts or color schemes or wallpaper. You can add different reactions. You can also require approval and also filter profanity by replacing bad words with nice emojis. Finally, you can see if students met your objective based on their student presentations, the evidence that they collected in their own individual projects, as well as their individual responses to the wrap-up and the check for understanding questions.